What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me, and we're doing a quick room tour. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm selling off 3 of these statues: Thanos on Throne and XM Lady Death. They are going to a buyer. I'm going to Vegas, and I have a buyer there, and I'm going to take them there. I'm giving them a really good deal, and so I'm doing this room tour before these statues start to go. Already got rid of Thanos, or not, Starscream on Throne, and we're working on the rest. We haven't listed any of these. I gotta make room, and basically I've already gotten rid of the statues that I like a lot, but they're not my top. So I gotta start unloading statues, and plus I may be going into a business venture, and if that pans out, even if we do it, then I'll be back with a vengeance. But by no means is this a retirement, because I have a ton of statues coming in, and like I said, I have nowhere to put them. And I'm not like extreme where we can put them in every room in the house. So we are looking at houses though, and I'm going to make sure the next house we get, it has plenty of room for statues. But I'm still going to set them up like this. I like them how they're really close together and they're not in a separate display. I guess that can be pretty clean, but I kind of like this. You know, it's cool. But let me warn you, I'm not extreme. My collection is small. I'm a small-time collector, so I don't have these giant hundreds of statues. But I got quite a few. I got about 50 grand worth of statues. So Thanos, Lady Death, no introduction, XM Studios. Painful to get rid of these. I would say especially this one. This one is probably one of my favorites on the whole collection. And that is Lady Death, and she's elegant. She really stands out, and a lot of detail on her robe and the cape there. I would say it has such a presence. I know you hear that a lot, but it really does. When I come into the statue room, I really look at this quite often. That's the one I really like. And then just her paired with this Thanos, man, it is such an awesome set. Oh man, that's going to be painful. Not as painful as the other one I'm selling, but we'll go over that in a second. You've seen this, Prime One Studios. This is a 1/3 Mr. Freeze, signed by Lim there. And these are highly sought after. And this one goes for about 22. That one's about 18. And it's a really cool set, and this is one of the first sets that I bought, and really cool DC pieces. Hot Toys, and that's a Mark 43. That's the Hulkbuster. Not big fan of Hot Toys with all their re-releases. You think you got something special, then they re-release it, and then it's worth nothing. Like that Mark 43 used to go for $800. Now it's worth less than 300 because they re-released it, and they'll continue to do that because they're greedy bastards. So I don't do any Hot Toys. If you're interested in Hot Toys, I have a closet full of these still in the box. To me, they're junk, and I'll be selling them off very cheap. So this is Magneto. This is a really awesome custom. Still one of my favorite Magnetos, and I really like the base there that they made for this. And it really stands out. A lot of people think it's overly muscular. I like it. I mean, it's to me, it's one of my favorite Magnetos out there. Besides this one that just came out, but we'll look at that in a sec. Probably my grail of my collection is the Jet Power Optimus. Not because it's just a big expensive statue, it's because I got the signatures by Lim and Welker. I actually went to the Comic-Con and got their signature, as well as that print. Nice gold flake print. I had to fight to use that gold flake pen. They really didn't want to use it, but it came out really cool. And this, if I was selling this, I wouldn't go less than $6,000 with the print, of course. But man, that is probably a keeper. I think that's going to be one of those ones that you keep forever. That one and this one right here. This is just this is where the Starscream was, and just put through that up there. Nothing really special about that, but an Iron Man gauntlet, and that lights up. Pretty cool. And this is a huge Thanos on Throne. And that one really has presence because it's a really King of Thrones because the throne is so big. It's really appropriate. That's something that would be like a centerpiece of a collection, of a villain collection or something. You've seen this sideshow. You got Spider-Man. This also was signed by the Infinity Gauntlet team. Really cool statue. Got this recently. Man, this one is badass. That Magneto. Anybody that pre-orders that is going to be really happy. It is perfect, in my opinion, in every aspect. XM really makes some badass statues. Still up for pre-order, the Mark 7, that is the Queen Studios bust. Really cool, takes quite a bit of space though. Not sold out surprisingly, but I think it's because they went up on their prices. I mean, they used to be $900 for something like that. They keep going up on prices and it's really making it where people aren't buying them. Iron Studios Thanos, that's quite a while ago. A lot of switch outs on that. Very space-saving museum pose. Really cool. Another Grail OG sideshow, the Galactus. This is one of their first Galactus. And that one I got signed by the Infinity Gauntlet team by Lim, Starlin, Rubenstein, and Perez. And you know Perez just passed away, so irreplaceable. I think that one's a keeper. You've seen this War Tank. Big, giant, expensive piece that's not selling, but really cool statue anyway. You got Justice Buster. If you're interested in a big, cool statue, this one's a little cheaper than that one, but this one is pretty badass. And this ain't so transformer-y like that one. This one is still a DC piece. I think this is the exception. If you want a piece and you don't want it to look like a transformer, it is still a Batman piece, and he's sitting there really closely on the statue. So it is space saving for how big it is. Joker on throne. You've seen this by Tweeterhead. This is a quarter scale. The first one was a little more special because it was cheap. It was only $600 with a 300 edition size, until they ruined it by increasing the edition size by how many 100,000, 1,000 or 700 each, or I forget, but man, they kind of ruined it there. But the original had a really good value to it. And they came out with this and it was over double the price. So, but I had to get the quarter scale. It just matches up a little more. And I really like the base. Probably one of the best bases out there in my opinion. Queen Studios. Batman on Throne with Barbados there. And this is like the Dark Knight series. And here's the comic. That's a variant cover, issue number 1 by Tim Bradstreet. And interesting, I had an offer to buy the original art of this. He wanted $5,000 for it, but I could have got it. And I wonder if he'll still sell that, but that would have been really cool to have the original art to this, wouldn't it? So, but man, 5,000? Don't know. I'm not a big art collector, so I don't know how worth it that is. Really cool piece. This was on pre-order for quite a while, but this one is an awesome statue and a lot of switch outs. This is Magus. When when characters aren't in the MCU, it seems like they kind of just sit around because people don't know who these characters are. But this is Adam Warlock. He plays a major role in Marvel. I mean, he should have been in the Infinity Gauntlet series. And I don't know why he wasn't. I think maybe because rights or some issue like that. I don't know. Thanos mini bust. That's actually the same size as Thanos on Thrones by Sideshow. It's just a portion. This one's cool because it has Lady Death kind of inside the smoke there, and you got Thanos kind of rising out of it. Really a symbolic there. Probably one of the coolest on Throne statues. This was a private commission. Oh man, I can't say. There's a comic and a movie regarding this statue. And this is a really cool statue, and you can put Loki alone, or you can put the throne with him, but I call it the Loki off throne. Probably one of my favorites in my collection. I keep saying that. You got Queen Studios. You got Vision, and this one is not silicone. And this was only $900, and I'm surprised it hasn't sold out. I mean, this is a really badass bus, and it's space saving. It's not like that thing over there. This one really saves some space. man, it is a cool piece. You'll be happy with this. Very good price. One of my Grails, this is a custom Loki. And this is Venomized. And I got one of the originals, not too big of an edition size. And just to let you know, someone is recasting these. And but it is a badass piece. It's one of the originals. A lot of switch outs with this. You got the little pedestals there that go with this. Man, awesome piece. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this just came out. This is my last video. This is Doom on Throne. Again, another fantastic job by this company. I'm happy with every statue they come with. They made that. Magus. Which one else did they do? They did that Silver Surfer. What else we got from them? I think that's it for now, but man, awesome, awesome statues. And this I really want. That's my first Doom. Had to get that one. Scarlet Witch. This is a cool design. A lot of people like this, but I'm not a big fan of this company. I have another pre-order that I just want to cancel because I don't think the quality is there. I mean, it is good quality, but it's not like XM. It's not like what you're getting here. If you're going to charge those prices, you know, if I'm getting this for the same price as you're selling your statues, I'm gonna go with XM, man. I don't think they've really stepped it up like they should. Probably one of my Grails, man. You've seen this one. This is Vision, man. Awesome, awesome. Lots of switch out capes, portraits, even torsos. That one, highly sought after. That one I've seen sell for $3,600. And usually the lowest I've seen it was $2,600. But definitely an awesome, awesome piece. OG Galactus. I think the paint makes this one so special. I got this one signed by Rubenstein, Lim, Perez, Starlin. But I think this is back in '09. And this is still a formidable statue. And I can say that the paint and design on this make this so special. It's just nice and bright. It gives you that warm feeling in your heart. I would say this is probably one of the best designed Silver Surfers out there. I've seen a lot of Silver Surfers, really cool. I really like this one, how he's just popping out of the wormhole there. It's not a wormhole, it's a whatever. So anyway, this really cool statue. This one sells for quite I've seen this sell for about $2,200. That's about the average. It's a really, really awesome statue. Queen Studios Thanos. Cool, good quality, up to the standards as from Endgame. But if I can go with the Thanos on Throne, it's not going to be this one. No pizzazz to this, but it is very good quality. Detail, paint, everything is good, except it just doesn't do it for me. So that one's definitely not going to be selling. I gotta say, this is, you know this guy. The guy, I'm going to Vegas, he wants to buy this. I was going to sell it to him. I think I'm going to back out, though. I'm not sure. It's just, you know, I got this signed by the whole Infinity Gauntlet team. They kind of sign it anywhere they could. But, you know, Perez passed on. I have a lot of warm feeling. This really got me into the hobby. I mean, seeing this was my first experience, seeing how fast this sold out. And this thing, just, you know, I've traveled with this thing. I actually took this to Starlin, and they have all handled this with their hands and signed it. So, I don't know if I could let it go. If it was without signatures, I'd be okay with selling it because it's readily available. But it's just, this is the statue, and probably gonna be, for all time, the best throne out there, not because of design and all that. This started the throne craze. This is the OG starter. So you can probably say that for Magneto too, but I'm going to say this guy is, he is the staple of thrones. So I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of him. I'm going to keep that one for life, that one for life, the jet power. And those two. And man, I think those two are the biggest ones, and probably Galactus there, those three. You've all seen those. You're probably going to say, oh yeah, and that Galactus. And just because they're irreplaceable signatures. Anyway, that's my collection. I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, I'm not extreme. I'm just a small-time collector. But this is still about 50 grand worth of statues. You know, I've calculated everything. I have a couple in the kitchen area, but we won't go through those. But yeah, this is small time. I'm just a small time collector, and that's what I got. So my next house is definitely going to have a lot more space. I get one room. I'm not allowed to put statues in every room like Extreme. I get my one room if I want to stay married. So anyway, thanks for joining me. And man, I'm going to be so sad to see those go. And man, I think I'm going to back out. I'm going to back out. I'll let you guys know. I may do a video, but I'm going to have to really think about that. Priorities, right? Anyway, thanks for joining me. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.